Hi Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising. I'm Christy Forsyth with Clarity by Christy. I am a soul therapist and an intuitive that connects with the angelic energy, and I help the helpers, the healers, and the light bringers of this world to live their most magical life. So if that's you, make sure you subscribe below by hitting that subscribe button with the bell so you can get notifications for all the videos that I'm sharing here on this channel. Today we're going to dive into your month of February 2021. What do you need to know? How can you best navigate this month? And what messages do the angels have for you? We're going to be doing this a little bit differently for those of you who have been following my videos for quite some time. As some of you know, I have felt really called to change it up. I have been very much guided to stop using the tarot cards and to just allow for these beautiful channeled messages from the angels to come through. And I'm still feeling it out. I'm still getting comfortable with it, but I'm definitely finding that I have lots of messages coming through. So it's going to look a little bit different, and the format is going to look a little bit different as well. We're going to be talking about two areas of focus. We're going to be talking about two themes. We're going to be talking about two questions that you need to ponder for the month, two challenges, and two gifts that you can expect in the month. So I'm shaking it up across the board. Let's dive in. So first of all, I want to talk about the two areas of focus. So these are going to be just things that you're going to find yourself feeling called to focus on in this month. And the thing that I connect with this, the thing that I feel with this is there's very much a message of time is of the essence. And so I think that you're going to feel that. A lot of times we recognize that when we're in a situation where divine timing is in play, and it's very important that you get something done in an allotted period of time, or that you take that leap of faith within an allotted period of time. It's not that we don't get other chances to do that later, but when we can do these things in the divine timing and when there is an opening, it's going to be a lot easier to do. So time is of the essence with something. And I think that you're going to feel this time pressure. I think that you're going to have a sense that you need to get some things done. And so to me, it feels like there's very much a focus on work or the things that you're working on in this month. And I think it's going to keep you kind of busy this month. I also feel like you're going to find yourself in a situation where you're not sure what to do. And the message here is, I want you to ask yourself, how can I do the right thing here? What do I need to do to handle this in the right way? And the right answer is going to come from your intuition. The right answer is going to come from your priorities, your values. What do I need to do here? How can justice be served here? I guess is what I want to say. What can I do to address this situation fairly in a way that honors everyone involved? So I do see that coming up for you as an area of focus. Now, the next topic we're going to talk about are two themes. So what are the overarching themes that you can expect throughout the month of February? So, I think we very much have a focus on work, but I feel a lot of success in the work that you're doing. So this might be in your work, this might be in your business, this might be just something that you're putting your time and your energy on that feels important to you, that you're excited about, or that you just feel called to be focusing on. So whatever it is that you're working on, I do see a lot of success for that. I do see some pressure with that to make sure that you are putting some time and energy into that. But you also want to make sure that you're balancing that, because we also have Mercury retrograde in this month, or for part of this month. And so we want to make sure that we're honoring that energy as well. And that really asks for us to take a little bit of time to reflect, to pull back. And so you really want to allow yourself to flow with the energy that you're feeling. So there's going to be times that you're feeling that time pressure to take care of things and to focus on doing like the active parts of the work that you're doing. And then there's also going to be times that you're feeling called to really take a step back and reflect more and look at the big picture and plan and explore and process the vision of what's to come. And sometimes we don't get those answers right away. In fact, during Mercury retrograde, we don't usually get those answers right away. It can feel a little cloudy. cloudy. So know that if it's cloudy, the answers will come. But when you are feeling called to take inspired action on something, make sure that you do that, and make sure that you are putting as much time and energy into these things that you're working on that you possibly can. I also see, because work is a priority, I see you shifting away from relationships a little bit. So if you've had some relationship drama going on, or if you've been really focused on relationships in your life, or seeking relationships in your life, or just thinking a lot about relationships in your life, I think that you're going to find that you're going to be best served if you can shift out of that focus and really focus on these things that you need to be working on. This is where you're going to be better served in this month. This is where you're going to feel better, because quite frankly, relationships are just not a priority this month. And it doesn't mean that that's not going to come up, or that you're not going to have issues come up with that you have to address, that you have to give some energy to, but make sure that that's not the priority for you this month. 2 questions that you need to ask yourself this month. The first one is, what is trying to be released from my life that I'm holding on to with too tight of a grip? What's trying to leave from my life? What's trying to be removed from my life? What have I really struggled to let go of that I'm holding on to with a death grip, right? We really want to focus on surrendering, letting go of those things, even if we don't understand it, even if it doesn't make sense. This is where a certain level of trust and faith is really going to need to come in here, because we need to surrender, we need to let it go. So what are you holding on to with a death grip? And focus on your faith, focus on surrendering it, and trust that it's all going to work out the way that it needs to. And the thing is that the angels can't intervene. They can't help, number 1, unless we ask for help, but number 2, unless we get the heck out of our own way. This feels like a situation where you're in your own way. You're keeping yourself stuck. You're keeping yourself blocked because you're so focused on one particular outcome that you're not allowing yourself to see that there are lots of other outcomes available that will come in when you make some space for it, and when you let go of the way that in your head things have to be, or the way that things have to work out, or the way that something has to manifest for you. Let it go and trust in your higher power to deliver it in the way that is absolutely best for you. I also feel like you're going to be pulling on your strength a bit this month. So I want you to think about the past, and I want you to think about, how have you connected with your strength in the past? What has made you feel like you're connected to your strength? What has really helped to deepen your feeling of strength within yourself in the past? Because I believe that you're going to be pulling from some of this again to help yourself to feel more confident, to help yourself to feel stronger. So really think back to the past, and what did you use? What coping skills did you use? What helped you to feel stronger, or have a more positive mindset, or a more positive outlook, or helped you to feel like you could take on the things that were coming your way? Because I think that there are a lot of answers in asking yourself that question this month. So the next category that we're going to talk about are 2 challenges that you can expect throughout the month of February 2021. I see you, I just get this image of like lying awake at night. There's like worrying happening, or nightmares, or just really struggling. And I think that you're trying to make sense of a lot of things this month. And again, there is this need to surrender. There is this need to relinquish control. There is this need to say, you know what, God, you know what, divine, universe, whatever you want to call that, I don't know what to do with this. And this is what I would like, but I'm going to hand this up to you. I'm going to trust that you're going to take care of this. I really think that that is going to help with the sleep, with the nightmares, with the worrying, with the anxiety. So if that's not happening for you at night, I think you might find yourself feeling anxious about some things. The anxiety will come in when you are gripping onto something too tight, when you are trying to control something too hard. So focus on relinquishing that control. Focus on handing that up this month. I also feel like there are new journeys beginning for you, right? And the message here is to not fight these new journeys. Sometimes when something is new, we're like, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that because that's new and that's different and that feels weird and that feels uncomfortable. Okay? So you want to make sure that you're not fighting that you're not blocking these blessings that are coming into your life because you feel scared of them or you feel uncomfortable with them, or you know, like it's not the way that you pictured your life going. It's not the vision that you had for yourself. It's not the request that you put in with the universe. It's not it's not the way you wanted it to go, maybe, okay? But this is also an understanding that, again, new journeys are coming into your life because this is how it's supposed to go. And I truly believe that when we can relinquish control, we can allow ourselves to truly connect with the plans that God has for us and trust and believe that God always has a bigger and better plan for us than we could ever have for ourselves. We tend to think small. We tend to minimize our power and our abilities, or we tend to like box this vision of where we want things to go into like this one little box, and God thinks outside of the box. God thinks about the big picture. God thinks about the full path, our best life path. And so there has to be a level of trust. So allowing that trust to come in and allowing yourself to, as much as it may feel uncomfortable, to have gratitude and enjoy these new beginnings, this new journey that you're on, because there very much is this energy of a new journey that you're on. And I think it's showing up in the challenges section because it feels challenging. It feels weird. It feels different. It feels like you're embarking on uncharted territory. And you have to allow this in order for your life to move forward. And this truly is something that is going to ultimately be really powerful for you. In terms of the two gifts that you're going to be experiencing, two positive things, you know, part of what I feel is this release of something in your life. And this, I don't know, I feel pulled to like an addiction or just something that you have done or allowed in your life for a long time that just is no longer serving you. And I do see you allowing the process of beginning to let that go. I do see you starting to shift that. This might even be like self-talk, right? Things that you've said to yourself for a long time where you finally start to look at that and you go, that's kind of bullshit. And why do I allow myself to speak to myself that way? Or why do I allow myself to see it that way? And so I see that, and I just see this. This is a great month if you have been feeling called to change a pattern or release an addiction or release an addictive relationship or heal a relationship that there had been an addictive pattern in. This is a great month for you to do that. And I think that you're going to find that the gifts coming in will really help to support that and help you to support letting that go and releasing and relinquishing it to your higher power. I'm hearing right now, invoke the angels. Okay. So when you're needing help, when you're struggling, I want you to invoke the angels. And when I say invoke the angels, you can simply say, I invoke the angels to help me with this. The angels can help us when we ask for help, but when we use the word invoke, it's that much more powerful because you're basically inviting them to take control. You are inviting them to help support you, and they are an extension of God, and so they're here to help. So invoke the angels in helping you to make these changes in your life that you need to be making and to allow yourself to adjust to these new beginnings and to this new journey and to allow it and to flow with it and to just be with it because it's really, really beautiful for you. The other thing that I feel like is coming in is your ship. Okay, I hear your ship is coming in, right? So to me, this is about like something that you've been focusing on starts to come into the horizon, starts to come in to show you that this is beginning to physically manifest into your experience, okay? So maybe some things that you've really wanted for a long time or held the vision of for a long time, but it hasn't quite manifested yet. Or you have maybe had faith that it would manifest, but you didn't see physical evidence of this. I think that you're going to start to see evidence of some great manifestations for yourself this month. So the things that you want in your life, the things that you're trying to magnetize to you, the things that you have been asking for help with, I see you beginning to see evidence that that is starting to happen. Now, it may not fully arrive for you here in this month, but I see like your ship starting to come in. That ship is out in the horizon and you can see it. And you can see that it's coming in your direction. And so there's a much more powerful belief in that. And when we believe in something, when we truly believe that something is coming, the ability to manifest it in our life is so much more powerful. And, we bring it into creation that way. So I really see that for you, and I think that's going to be a really powerful shift. So those are your messages for February 2021. I'm Christy Forsyth with Clarity by Christy. I would love to hear from you in comments below. If you guys like this video, make sure you hit that like button below as well. If you want to learn more about me or about Clarity, you can check me out at discoveryouраwakening.com. I will see you guys soon with another video. Take care.